May God bless these HBCU ball players who have to go on this road and play these money games in this non-conference. Because they face some shit. They face some shit. You're already doing all this traveling, so you're away from home, you're away from your partners that go to the school, you know what I'm talking about? Still got to do your work probably online, I'm guessing. You're going into these environments, you know what I'm talking about? And, as a hooper, the fans are closer. This ain't like football with these motherfuckers. I don't know, the fans right there. You hear what these motherfuckers be saying. You still got to be locked in, bro. And it's a tough game to play, especially if you're a shooter. You know what I'm saying? Like all that kind of shit can affect your shooting. So you're already going through that. Most of the time, you're the underdog because you're going against these bigger schools that have these bigger budgets, so they can recruit and recruit and recruit and pay and pay and pay the players. It's like, damn, you're already in a disadvantaged situation. But then sometimes you got to deal with motherfuckers calling you a nigga while you're playing. And not in the way that motherfuckers be saying, oh, that's a term of endearment. No. Calling you a nigga in the sense that these motherfuckers really meant by it. Calling you a nigga in the sense that you are inferior, that you good for nothing, that you're subhuman. And that's the kind of bullshit that Norfolk State went through recently. So let's talk about that real quick, and I will also mention what my Jackson State Tigers did recently. Okay, very quickly. Let's get into all of this. All right. Also, what UAPB just did. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy first, and this is the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on some again. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share, and put all your people on it. Okay. Before I get to Norfolk State, like I said, I do want to mention my Jackson State Tigers. We just had a rough go of it on yesterday. As I tape, I'm taping right now on the 10th. We had a rough go of it on the 9th. Okay. The men's team lost to Houston by a score of 89-55. The game was much closer than that in the first half. The first half score was 37-29. Okay, and we were playing them tough. Because we were playing so hard. Okay, but even then, we had too many turnovers in the first half, and that shit just it was that on steroids in the second half. Okay, far too many turnovers. Okay, so they outscored us in the second half, 52-26. Okay, and that's how you end up getting blown out, 89-55. Okay, but Houston came into that game as the third ranked goddamn team in the country. All right, and again, we were on the road, so that's tough. That was tough. For us, Colton Young was the leading scorer with 13. Romeo Mansell didn't play in this game, and based on what my brother PT Pretty Thaddeus told me, he thinks he got re-injured. Okay, so we definitely could have used him in that game. Okay. In terms of our ladies, we lost to Oregon State out of the Pac-12, undefeated Oregon State, by a score of 78-58. Okay. And we just couldn't score the ball. We couldn't score the ball. Daphne was out. I don't know why Daphne was out. Maybe y'all know, you know what I'm talking about. Share that with us if y'all know. Okay. But we couldn't score the ball, man. Tilly was the only one that of the kids that get some time, of the ladies that get some time for real. She was the only one who had a good shooting percentage. She was 8 of 14 overall, but only 1 of 5 from tray ball. She had 20 points though. You know what I'm talking about? Maya was 5 of 15. Kim Focus Shauna was 2 of 7. Angel didn't score her first basket until I want to say around the 4-minute mark, 3-minute mark, somewhere in between there. You know what I'm talking about? So we definitely missed Mahoney with 3 of 10. Like we didn't shoot well at all, y'all. We shot 33% from the goddamn field. 10% from 3, 2 of 20. All right. Actually, shit, we were 8 of 10 from the free throw line. That usually be what we struggle on. So yeah, we definitely be needing both our twin towers when we face these big teams. We need them overall anyway, especially with some of the things we see going on in the SWAC. We'll talk about UAPB in a minute, but definitely against these big ass teams we be needing, okay? But we came up short there, okay? As I mentioned, UAPB knocked off their women's team, that is, knocked off Arkansas today, you know what I'm talking about? And as I posted on Twitter, good shit, ladies, okay? As y'all know, UAPB is coached by a Jackson State queen, you feel me? So that's always good. And they are led by Zay Green. Now, I've said before, Zay Green's a motherfucker, man. That girl can hoop. Okay, she has the height, but she plays like a goddamn guard, so she can hoop. Okay, and she had 21 points and 9 rebounds to lead her sisters over Arkansas. Okay, so our kids go out here, man, and they play in these goddamn rough ass environments, and they hoop. They hoop. They do their best. They're student athletes. They're in college. They're trying to do something with their lives. You got a piece of shit. Call one of them for Norfolk State a nigga. At a basketball game in which the team he's rooting for has black players on it. But what that Drake song say? Or whoever song was it DJ Khaled, whoever it was. That some bitch said, fuck all y'all niggas except my niggas. That's the thinking. That's the thinking. But Norfolk State won that motherfucking game 64-58, though. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. I say they won that game 64-58. So when the son bitch get done talking, you gotta take that L. You gotta hold that L too. You feel me? And the young king, Jamari Thomas, who was called that word, oh, that young king ain't do nothing but finish with a 30 ball, 31 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, and a block on them fuck boys. Well, see, you gonna deal with that. You see that in the league. You've seen Russell Westbrook point them motherfuckers I be going off on there. You've seen Brun point a fan out. And Lord, don't let us go back in the day and what these folks be telling us. Watch the Bill Russell documentary. You gonna have that. But this is where the shit really got fucked up. When Norfolk State's coach, now I want to make sure I get this king his goddamn credit. Okay. Their head basketball coach, Robert Jones, he walked on that goddamn court. And he let it be known, you ain't gonna call my player that. No, you ain't gonna do that. And so the other team's coach, Illinois State's coach, he want to get hot and call for that man to get a damn tech. Hold on, let's put a name on this motherfucker because what he was up there on was shameful. Okay, so let's make sure we put a name on that shit. Ryan Pedon or Pedon, okay, something like that. But he called himself want to go out there and trying to get this man to get a tech, and goddamn Coach Jones, Norfolk State's coach, tried to tell him they called my player. I don't know if he said the N word. I don't know if he said they called him a nigga or they called him out his name, whatever the case. But it stated that Illinois State coach told him, I don't care, I don't care. And see, that's what turned up Coach Jones. And I agree with Coach Jones. I stand with Coach Jones. Because hold on, dude. You got black players on your team, dog. And this is college. Like, so you are supposed to be molding these young black men. You the head coach. And you don't care that one of your fans just called one of my players a nigga. Probably just because he was out there busting their ass. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, fans and players jaw. They jaw. They do some banter. But when you start saying some shit like that, bro, dog, you letting your hood show. You're letting your swastika show. You're letting your rebel flag show. Pussy. So it's a damn shame. I've said it before. It's a shame that we gotta go out here and play these money games. But that's how it is for many small schools, but especially for HBCUs, because we're not only small, we're schools made up of people from a segment of society that has been systematically discriminated against in this country since 1619. So our struggle is a little different. As Coach Jones was saying, it's 2023. We shouldn't have to deal with it. No, you shouldn't, Coach. But if you look at society, things are better. Like I look at things optimistically too. Things are better than it was in 1993 or 1983, 1973, 1963. But you still got a sizable segment of our society who feel like that motherfucking fan. And what's even more fucked up are the people like that coach who say, I don't care. Put it on some.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.